problem. We got another major issue here in Canada. This is big. If you're down in the States, pay very close attention, because America, your biggest threat isn't Iraq, it's Canada. Pay attention. So this is what's happening here. Canada cleaning up money laundering. Oh my goodness. Hits GDP the same time as tariffs. So the money laundering is severely out of control in Canada. We're talking hundreds. We're talking 811 billion just through real estate. I don't know how much is through farming. I don't know how much is through our mines and gold mines and, resource. I don't know how much is laundered through that. But we're talking in the trillions now, because I think we passed the billions now. I think we are in the trillions. And it goes on to say here, there it is. Canada cracking down on money laundering can have a similar impact to tariffs. Why? Because Canada was built off Chinese money laundering. And sounds simple. Just clean up the border, tighten immigration controls, and crack down on illicit drugs, right? Tragically, that would obliterate Canada's 7th largest industry, money laundering. And I've been telling you guys this, and everybody makes fun of me. Go to my videos from 10 years ago, me warning you about the money laundering from China. Everybody in the comments are calling me a racist, a bigot, a loser. Start learning economics if you want to talk about economy. Well, here it is. 7th biggest, largest industry, money laundering. Money laundering is the act of sophisticating the origin of funds. Yeah, we know about this, about layering and placement. We talked about this. We made videos about this on Mike in the Nights. And what did we tell you? The same thing. Canada would be in a recession without money laundering. Canada's GDP needs money laundering 5 years ago. Canada's economy and GDP too dependent on CCP money laundering. They want to scrap the foreign buyers tax 6 years ago. I mean, there's so much stuff. It just goes on. I'm not going to read it all. We're going to keep going. Canada's anti-money laundering agency isn't serious about real estate. No politician will touch the money laundering in Canada. Not a single money laundering through real estate. No politician would touch that. Nobody. They don't know about it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to know of its existence. Money laundering, Chinese money laundering has destroyed Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the entire United Kingdom, and all the blue states of America. Because during the Biden selection, a lot of Chinese dirty money ended up in the United States. In the blue states predominantly, because the Chinese felt it was, it's Democrats, and then they could hold their money there, right? Hey, Elon Musk was a Democrat. Elon Musk was a Democrat. Mark Zuckerberg is a Republican now. So anyways, what do we say again? Here we go. It just keeps going on and on. Money laundering by CCP Chinese destroying housing affordability via fentanyl. Canada, look, this is why I brought it up. Anti-money laundering. And we covered it 4 years ago. Canadian Anti-Money Laundering Task Force can do nothing. We are being destroyed via CCP. This is why Trump wants Canada, guys. We've been telling you guys about this forever. And Bank of Canada cuts and ends QT, quantitative easing. Loonie plunges further. Our Canadian dollar is falling. And overnight, it dropped 25 basis points. The Canadian dollar is going to crumble, guys. Buy a bit of silver, a little bit of gold to invest in if you don't want to see your Canadian dollar disappear into thin air like a magician or Houdini pulling a disappearing act. And what do we tell you about that? Arriba! Arriba! What did we tell you? Arriba! The great Canadian peso is here as the Canadian dollar is crashing again. And we told you 5 years ago, the Canadian peso coming soon, mass inflation, rate hikes, tax hikes, mass exodus, 2025 civil unrest. Guys, 2025 isn't over yet. We just started. And this was 5 years ago. The great Canadian peso ahead. They're hijacking our currency. Buy gold and silver and food now 9 years ago. And this is, again, we've been so vocal warning people about these dangers that are coming. I really hope somebody saw some of this stuff. I don't think any of these videos got any views, like 2 views, 14 views. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Now it's happening. Now you got all these new social media influencers showing up, talking about, they're going to introduce a global payment system. What was it? CGI or CBI or CBI. They're gonna start giving you free money. Hey, we're talking about that 10 years ago on the channel. This is old news. Now it's all starting to unroll, and a lot of people are telling you what you already know, and that's the scary part. But I want to tell you guys something. Mark Zuckerberg is a Republican now. I just want to let you guys know. Mark Zuckerberg is a Republican. So you jump ship, guys. Don't forget to check out my Mark Zuckerberg video I made today.